Every man is performing something. The question is what and who it's for. There are two pipelines, two directions the performance can go. One direction says, be hard, be dominant, be unaffected. The other says, be sensitive, be soft, be emotionally available. Both pipelines have a product at the end. Both products are being sold to you. Both are performed for an audience that may or may not exist, and neither of them, at their most extreme, has much to do with who you actually are. This is every level of performative man, from the first moment the algorithm got its hands on you to the place it takes you if you follow it all the way down. Level 1, the algorithm finds you. You are 15, maybe 16. You are male and you are online, and you are at the age where the question of what kind of man you are supposed to become is a live and unresolved tension in your body every single day. The algorithm does not know you, but it knows your demographics and your watch time and the slight pause you made on that video before you kept scrolling. And that pause is enough. It serves you content. The content is confident. The content knows exactly what you should be doing and exactly what is wrong with the world and exactly who is to blame for the specific low-grade dissatisfaction you feel but have not yet been able to name. You watch more. The recommendation engine notes this and responds. You did not go looking for this content. The content came looking for you. This is level 1, not a choice, a targeting event. It happened to tens of millions of young men in the last 5 years, and the pipeline goes in two directions from here, and you don't know yet which one you're about to walk down. Level 2, the soft pipeline, begins. The Matcha male. The first direction looks like this. You are carrying a tote bag. Inside it is a book by a female author, a hydro flask, wired headphones, and a matcha latte that costs £6. You are wearing baggy jeans and a vintage tee. You have a Labubu keychain on your bag because you saw someone with one and liked it, and also because you vaguely understood from the internet that this type of object signals a specific kind of cultural awareness that is legible to the kind of person you are trying to be legible to. You listen to sad girl indie music, not because you stumbled across it, because the algorithm showed you that this is what sensitive, emotionally intelligent men listen to. And you are constructing yourself as a sensitive, emotionally intelligent man. You keep a therapy journal. You talk about your attachment style on a first date. You have read enough feminist theory to quote it conversationally. You are in the comments of a post about emotional labor, leaving a thoughtful and empathetic response that took 4 minutes to compose and that you proofread before posting. Here is the question that the internet has started asking about you and that you will need to sit with honestly. Is any of this real? Because there is a version of this that is completely real. A man who actually loves that music, who actually processes his feelings through journaling, who actually read the book because he was curious, not because someone was watching. That man exists and is fine and does not need to be discussed further. Then there is the other version, the one who assembled this identity specifically because he identified that progressive women find it appealing and decided to become it as a strategy. Who drinks the matcha because it's on the mood board? Who quotes the feminist theory because it opens doors the theory was not designed to open. This is the performative male that the internet coined a term for in 2025, not the interests, the motive, the gap between the presentation and the interior. That gap is the performance, level 3. The hard pipeline begins, the gym convert. The second direction starts here. You found a fitness influencer. He is large, he is disciplined. He wakes up at 5 a.m. and documents it. He lifts heavy things and explains why lifting heavy things is the solution to every problem a young man has. He is compelling because he has results you can see, and because his certainty is intoxicating when you are at an age where nothing feels certain. You join the gym. This is genuinely good. The gym is genuinely good. Your body gets stronger and your discipline improves and your mental health measurably improves, and none of this is the problem. The problem is the commentary that comes packaged with the fitness content. The physique is the hook. The ideology is the product, and the ideology says weakness is a choice, softness is a failure. The modern world is trying to feminize you, and the gym is resistance. The man who cannot control himself cannot control anything. Real men don't complain. Real men provide. Real men do not talk about their feelings because feelings are leverage that other people use against you. You absorb this alongside the legitimate fitness information because they arrive in the same package, and at 15 you do not yet have the critical apparatus to separate them. You get strong. You also develop a framework for masculinity that treats every form of emotional expression as a strategic liability. This is level 3. The body is real. The philosophy attached to it is a product. Level 4. The Softboy goes deeper. You have read 3 books by women and you carry them visibly. You have memorized enough therapeutic language to conduct a full emotional audit of anyone you meet within 20 minutes of meeting them. You talk about your own childhood in the first hour of any significant conversation because vulnerability, performed at the right moment, is extremely effective at creating intimacy quickly. You have been called out. Someone who dated you told a friend that you use emotional intelligence as a manipulation tool, that you know the right things to say, but the actions don't follow, that you are fluent in the language of emotional availability without actually being emotionally available, that the therapy speak is a surface and the surface is very polished and underneath it is someone who is primarily interested in how he is perceived. You process this feedback in your journal. You wrote about it at length using very precise emotional vocabulary. And then you posted a vague reflection about growth and accountability on your private story, and 3 women replied saying that your self-awareness was really attractive and you felt better. This is the deeper level of the soft performance, where the tools of emotional intelligence have been learned well enough to perform them convincingly, while the underlying motivation remains entirely about the performance. The tote bag is real, the matcha is real, the book is real. The person reading it is doing so in a window seat and he knows the light is good there. Level 5. The red pill. The hard pipeline goes further. You found the forums, not the fitness content. The forums, the podcasts, the long-form content that explains the world in a framework so internally consistent and so totalizing that it becomes difficult to argue with because it has already anticipated every counter-argument and labeled it a cope. The framework says, hypergamy is real and women are biologically programmed to seek the highest status male, and everything you were told about relationships was a lie, designed to keep you compliant, and the only way to win is to become undeniable. The vocabulary is elaborate. Alphas, betas, sigmas, the hierarchy of men defined by their desirability to women and their dominance over other men. The red pill meaning you have seen through the comfortable lies of modern society to the harsh biological truths beneath. The matrix meaning everyone who disagrees is still asleep. The language does the work of making the framework feel like the only intelligent position. If you accept the premises, the conclusions follow logically. The premises are the part that deserves examination, and the framework has preemptively framed examination as weakness. You are not miserable. You are in certain ways more confident than before. You lift, you earn, you carry yourself differently. The performance is now fully operational. The question is what it has cost you. The answer is the ability to be known by anyone. Because the framework requires permanent guardedness and permanent performance, and the performance has become so practiced that you can no longer locate the person beneath it. Level 6. The hybrid, the man who knows he's performing. The most interesting level is not at the extremes, it's here. You have been in both pipelines at different points. You did the gym phase, you did the emotional intelligence phase. You went far enough in both directions to see what was at the end and neither end satisfied you, and you came back to the middle holding pieces of both. You are in therapy, actually in therapy, not using therapy as an identity prop. You also lift, not to perform discipline, because you like it. You have read books by women and men. You drink coffee because you prefer it to matcha. You have had conversations about your feelings that were genuinely difficult and did not resolve cleanly and left you more confused than when you started, and you did not post about them. You are aware that identity is always partly performance because humans are social animals and social animals perform. The question is not whether you are performing. The question is whether the performance is honest. Whether what you show on the outside has any relationship to what is happening on the inside. Whether you chose the tote bag because you liked the band on it or because someone was watching. This level is quieter than the others. It does not have a community or a content category. The algorithm cannot serve it because it cannot be packaged. It does not generate engagement because it does not generate outrage. It just looks like a person living their life with slightly more self-awareness than average, doing the specific unglamorous work of trying to be real in a world that rewards performance more reliably than authenticity. Level 7. The influencer. Both pipelines have a business model at the top, and the business model is identical regardless of which pipeline you came up through. You film yourself, you post consistently. You have found the intersection between who you actually are and who the algorithm rewards you for being, and you have optimized toward that intersection with the focus of someone who is genuinely building a career. Maybe you are the fitness guy who posts cold plunge videos and talks about discipline and masculine purpose. Maybe you are the sensitive guy who posts reading vlogs and talks about vulnerability and healing. The aesthetic is different. The mechanics are the same. Film yourself performing your identity. Post it. Respond to the engagement. Repeat. The income is real. The brand deals are real. A supplements company, a leather journal brand, a coffee subscription, a course about becoming the man you were supposed to be, priced at $97, which has sold 4,000 units and continues to sell because the market for courses about becoming the man you were supposed to be is functionally unlimited. The audience trusts you because you have performed authenticity convincingly enough and consistently enough that the performance has become, for all practical purposes, indistinguishable from the real thing. You do not know where the line is anymore. You are not sure there is a line. Your comment section is full of young men in the early levels of the pipeline you came through telling you that your content changed their lives. You reply to some of them. Not all. You read them though. You read all of them. And occasionally, very occasionally, one of them describes a version of themselves that you recognize from before the camera was on, before the audience existed, before the performance began. Those ones you sit with for a moment longer than the others, and then you close the app, and you open it again, and you start filming.